A very good morning to all the parents who have joined for this session on tapping into your superpower using mindfulness. It's my pleasure and honor to welcome Mrs. Fathima Khader, who's the founder of Evolve. Mrs. Fatima has distinct experience of over last 10 years, where she has been working in the education sector, working extensively with children, teachers, and parents in areas of skills, training, personal development, and child behavior management. She has innumerable training hours of working with children on issues concerning academics, relationships, temperament, and trained management students on communication, interpersonal skills, and public speaking. She has also conducted workshops for children on personal safety, safe, unsafe, and confusing touch, sexuality education, exam anxieties, and health and wellness. A passionate life skills facilitator, she headed the life skills training division of EduMedia India Private Limited for over 5 years, after which she successfully handled sales and marketing of one of the innovative products, School Cinema, for 3 years. Being spiritual person, she has undergone training programs on transactional analysis, emotional freedom techniques, family counseling, life skills, human sexuality, personal safety, and NLP. She loves theater and uses this to educate parents and teachers about the important lessons of life, highlighting the impact they have on a child. She is a certified training coach under the Responsible Childcare courses and extensively conducts childcare programs for parents and childcare provides across corporates and school and founder. She is a parent consultant, works closely with educators, and holds an international mastery certification in parent coaching from ACPI CA. It's a great pleasure and honor to have ma'am join us at this session. And I'm sure that the parents of 21K school would benefit from the session. I would request all the parents, since there is no presentation, it's going to be an interactive session, to minimize the presentation so that you could see the video in full screen. To minimize the screen, please see that you would see a hyphen icon on the right side top corner. You can click on that particular icon and you will be able to minimize the entire screen and see the video. Further, if you want to maximize the video of the speaker, there is a four arrows icon on the right side top corner of the particular video, and that can be again be maximized. We'll be initially putting all the parents on mute, and at the request of the speaker, we'll be able to unmute the options of using the microphone as well as switching on the webcam. But at the moment, we'll be putting all the users in the mute. I hope that is okay. And I now invite Mrs. Fatima to go ahead and take the session. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning. Am I audible to everyone?
Yes.
Oh, I see. I can hear the little one here. Good morning, everybody. It's my pleasure to be here. And even though I'd like to see all of you probably on a cam, but that's not an option right now because we have so many of us. So, but I'm just hoping that you all are accessible to typing. So if the kids are young and they cannot really type, I request the parents to come up and probably help them to type, because I really want this to be a session where children as young as a 4 or a 5-year-old should be able to understand what that concept is. And probably if we have kids who are in grade 4 and 5 should be able to apply it in their lives is what I'm looking for. So thank you, Yash, for that lovely introduction. And to kind of add to what Yash just introduced me as, I'm also a mindfulness educator and a self-compassion teacher. And I work with a load of families who have anxiety issues, issues when it comes to shame, blame, and a lot of emotional issues is what I work at. And I work with families together because I somewhere understand what is really the crux, what are the gaps, what is it what is it that that family requires as probably as an intervention, as a practice, so that they all can help each other to deal with emotional problems and behavioral issues and relationship issues is what we are looking at. So I'm here today to actually try to not teach. In fact, kids already have those. So I'm just trying to explore and probably see if kids understand their superpowers. So now I understood that there are kids of different ages. So I'd like probably the older ones to take control of the keyboard right now. And you can use the chat box, which is on the left, which I can see it on my left, to pen down, to write down all thoughts that is coming your way. So I'm going to ask you very few questions because that's the way I learn. So I'd like the kids, whoever are there on the keyboard right now, to tell me if they have a superhero. The kids, tell me if you have. Oh, I need to get on the public chat. Okay. So who is your superhero? Just write down. So it could be Superman, Spider-Man, or any other superhero. My parents. Arya says my parents. Sahib says Spider-Man. Spider-Man. Wow. Okay. Power Rangers. Okay. Spider-Man, my family. Wow. Mother, Doctor Strange. Oh, okay. Spider-Man. Red Tin Titan. Okay. My mom, Frozen. Aditi says Frozen. Batman. Zion says it's him. Okay. Thanks, Manjula. Zion says he's the okay. He's a superpower. Iron Man. Queen. My parents. Wonder Woman. Riva. Yes, my father. Spider-Man. Angry Bird. Okay. Superman. Avengers. Frozen. Catwoman. Tia, I like that. Catwoman. Iron Man. Avengers. So whoever parents are writing, you can just ask, say, talk about, just spell out the name and then say he says this. I'll know that. How many of them? Iron Man. Myself. Frozen. Who's your superhero? Okay, so we have Catwoman, sorry, Iron Man, Spider-Man. Very strangely, I don't see Superman. Very strangely, but that's okay. Catwoman, some says family, some people say dad, Avengers, Corona fighters. Okay. Okay. All right. So we'll probably kind of pause at that. Captain America. I like Captain America as well. So we'll kind of pause there. If you guys still want to keep writing, go ahead. I want all of you to think about and tell me what are the super hero quality that that person has. So whoever you've chosen, what is that one superhero quality? Or it could be true as well. Doesn't matter. What are those superhero qualities that they hold? Like a Spider-Man has some superhero qualities. What is that? Somebody says helpful and kind. Okay. What are those superhero qualities? My parents support me in hard times, Arya says. How sweet. Okay, superhero quality. Superpowers. Yeah, what are those superpowers? Fight bad guys. Okay, that's nice. My dad encouraged me to do anything. Saving by using web of, okay, Spider-Man, spider webs. So superpower quality is something that your superhero has and he uses it for something, but what is it that he's using? It could be for helping someone. It could be, something that has been used to get somebody out of trouble. Positive attitude, fighting, frozen ice making power. Yes. He's a night crawler, mother and father. Okay, my father's always there for me. So what is that quality? Fight bad, night crawler, to save the world. Eric says save the world, changing into animals. Okay. Laser eyes. Eric, I like that. Laser eyes. That's what I'm looking for. Laser eyes. Okay, Uttaraksh says, Iron Man fight bad guys. Okay, struggling hard for me and loves me lots. Okay, Catwoman can jump and run fast, have sharp claws. Fantastic. My mom is a multitasker. Okay, I think all the parents are going to be very happy with the kids with whatever they're saying. By the way, wait till they become teenagers. Elsa says, Iceman is Wonder Woman, can breathe in space. 4-year-old Hriday says his red colored dress and Spider-Man's body and how he helps everybody. Helping. My mom, okay. Parents are very supportive. So I've got a lot of superhero qualities right now. So now Catwoman is fearless. Yes. I've got a lot of people writing down. That's fantastic. Now let's look at something. I'm going to ask you to pause right now. And I want you to think about, and this is where probably I'm not judging, and there's no right and wrong in this, but I want you to think about what is your superhero quality. Because for me, it is not only a Spider-Man or a Superman. I think all of us have that superhero quality. What is your superhero quality? I want you to think about it. And if you want to run your imagination really wild, go ahead and do that. What is your superhero quality? What makes you different? What makes you powerful? What makes you brave? That's what I want. Fearless, fighting. I have by hearted the periodic table. Intelligence. Arya, by hearting that table is difficult. It's a superhero thing for sure. Talks to animals. Sunana says, talks to animal. Power to paint. Good attitude. Vedic maths. Drawing. I can run fast and jump. Imagination. Play piano. Math, English, reading, drawing. My artwork. I love these comments. Operate many gadgets. Areva. Areva. Very nice. Physical powers. To help everyone who's in pain. Seema says, help everyone who's in pain. Kind, intelligent, caring. I can tell the first 40 elements, Ariva. My crafting, I'm responsible. Skiing, skating and wave boards. Drawing, crafting. And Tawkir says, I'm very, very angry. Okay. Dancing. Use brain according to situations. Sachi, I love that. Use brain according to situations. Love that. Kindness. Oh, lovely. Outspoken, confident. Because I drink lemon water, honey, makes my immunity strong. Oh my gosh, yes. And drawing, skating, I take care home. Superman. Okay, I think Superman. Math. Okay, awesome. Now, probably I'll ask you one more question before coming to getting into why we're asking these questions. Okay, just one more. Where do you think, yes, my artistic work, thank you so much. So where do you think you usually use these superhero qualities? Where do you use them? Or when do you use them? Where and when? Like a Spider-Man uses it to get somebody out of trouble, to help somebody else, to be there on time. Where do you think and when do you think you use that? When I'm in crisis. Everyday life. Lovely Swati. Everyday life. To help my mom. Acha. While studying, debating. Mama gets angry on me. Okay. To help somebody out of dire situation, when in trouble. Learning. When my puppy and also with other animals at the shelter. So Sunaina talks to the animals. So I think that's why. In my dreams, really? Tia says in my dream. Whatever, whenever I need to, in my day-to-day activities to help my community, express thoughts, fantastic. To calculate maths, very nice. When I'm bored or when I want to cheer up someone, I make my artwork. Lovable. Okay, must be the quality that you're talking. Everyday in life. So you all use everyday in life in some or the other ways? I use it to dig soil and to do gardening. Okay, I use my artistic power in any art competition. I help people who are in need. Wow. But paying police and thief. Fantastic. I love them. I love these. Lovely. I help people who are in need. Roaming in house, doing skating. Interesting. I use my kindness to help someone. All right. So let's come to playing with my baby brother. So, okay. So I love these comments. I like to create new things and invent something different. Absolutely. I think your superpowers to tell, I also use my superpower to tell people that ghosts aren't real. Yes, Arya. I'm not sure if Arya is the child or the parent, but I love that. I love gardening and I help my environment. All right. Okay, Arya's 14. Okay. Okay. All right. Thanks, Arya. All right. So let's pause right now. Let's pause right now. I know you guys are all very helpful. You like to use your superpower whenever you are probably in trouble, in distress, at crisis, and also help people. Also, when you are at a hobby, to cheer people up, to make them feel more comfortable with you. Those are the kind of things that I'm getting. So let me now ask you something. Sometimes we are in situations, like for example, I'll give you from my situation. When I get very angry, I feel that I lose my superpower. Does that happen to you guys as well? Say yes or no. You can type it up here if you want to. You know, there are times when I'm very angry, or there are times when you're very upset or sad, or maybe, you know, when I'm failing, maybe when I'm sleepy, maybe at that time as well. I feel like I'm losing my superpower. When someone scolds me, when I feel like I'm losing in something, Eric says no. Okay, yes or no? It can be. There's no, ma'am, it will increase. Arey wah. Okay. So Mudra says superpower increases. Fantastic. I get irritating when I get angry or someone scolds me. Okay, yeah. Okay, so Nana says I cuddle my puppy and talk more. I use my joke to be. No. He says no. Oh, a lot of you don't lose your superpower. Fantastic. Very nice. If you're not using or losing your superpower, it's okay. Sometimes you feel you're losing it, sometimes you don't. I get stronger when I get scolded. Somebody says I get stronger when I get scolded. Fantastic. Sometimes you feel like that. Okay. So let me tell you something. You all, like me, sometimes may feel that you are losing your superpower. And sometimes Darsh says, I don't lose my superpower at all. Anger is my superpower. So I will not lose it. Anger is my superpower. So I won't lose it. Because intelligence is the best superpower and it only increases but never decreases. Fantastic. Use your, unless you're a Hulk. Temper is my weakness. Intelligence is my superpower. All right. You know what? All of us are very different from each other. Some of us, when we are at crisis, we bring out, it brings out the strength in us. And sometimes when in crisis, maybe we lose that strength and we feel very weak. Sometimes when we shout, we don't get angry, but sometimes when someone shouts back at us, maybe it may make us feel a little uncomfortable. Yeah. So these are very different. So all of us are very different. If you look at it, all of you are just responding to things so differently. And there's nothing right and wrong about it at all. But let's ask one question to ourselves. We all agree to the fact that we all have those superpowers. Sometimes they get hidden. Sometimes we don't know how to bring that up. Sometimes we just loosen. It's like, the knife that is loses its sharpness. So sometimes it loses as well. Govardhan says, I never lose my power. Fantastic. I'm so happy. But if you don't lose your power, let's try to see if we can strengthen that power. So maybe you don't lose them, but let's try and see if we can strengthen the power, especially when we feel that sense of weakness, or we feel like we are out of control. Like I said, we feel like we are failing at something, losing at something. Maybe when we're not able to make friends at that point of time. Superpower is making my weakness my strength. Okay. All right. Awesome. So you know what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to teach you 2-3 superpowers. Now you tell me if this is something that can be used as your strength. Okay. And we'll do it with games. Do you like games? Do you want me to talk about it? Do you want to play a game? How do you want to do it? Do you like games? If games, say yes or write game. Talk about it. Arya says talk about it. Arya, you're 14 years old, so I understand that. Games. Okay, I see a lot of games. Areva. Okay. So we'll play a game. Okay. And you'll have to use your chat box for this. Now, this again is sharpening that superpower. And if it's hidden, it's bringing that superpower out. Okay. So, all right. All of you games. All right. So let me start by playing a game. Now, I'm not going to tell you what the name of this game is, but it is definitely sharpening one of the superpowers that is going to be helpful for us. So this is, in fact, I have to tell out the name, otherwise you won't be able to understand. Okay, so this game is called, What Do I Appreciate? You know what's appreciation? Appreciation is what you find awesome about something, what you really find happy about something, what you like about something. Yeah, so this is an appreciation game. So let me ask you something very funny. So I will tell you, I will name a few things, and you have to tell me what is awesome about this thing. Okay, so it's pretty easy. If you cannot get the answer, it's fine. All right, now tell me, the first thing is, what is it that you appreciate, or what is it that you find awesome about your bed? You all have beds to sleep. What is that awesome thing about your bed? What does it do to you? What does it do for you? Arya said it's comfy, obviously. Pariket says no. Pariket, you don't have bed? Pillows? Your bed. What's awesome about your bed? It's spongy, it's comfy, it sleeps me, gets a good, okay, it helps you get a good sleep, comfortable, bouncy, comfortable, big, arre wawa, so many things. Bedding arrangement looks neat. Softness of the bed, jumping, bouncy. What's awesome about your bed? This is the same bed that you use whenever you're angry, you run to the bed. Whenever you're sleepy, you run to the bed. Sometimes when you're working, you get onto the bed. Sometimes we eat on the bed. What is so awesome about this bed? Pillow fight. I get good sleep. Yeah. When you're tired, it helps you, no? When you're tired, it actually kind of holds you and said, no problem. I'm not going to think whether you did something wrong or you did something right, if you had a good day, if you had a bad day. It doesn't think about all this, your bed. It just accepts you the way you are. Crawling, bedtime stories, gives us relaxation, cozy, comfortable. Pillow fight with my sister. Wow, comfortable and pillow fight. Awesome. Good sleep. It helps you to rest. And that good rest is important for you so that you can get up the next day feeling fresh, right? Your bed, such awesome thing it does. It kind of just hugs you and makes you feel so comfortable. Awesome. A place where we can be relaxed and back to be in good mood when we are angry. Yes, Swati, I know what you're saying. We play Ludo together there. Yes, that looks like a father and parent playing Ludo. Imagine your bed. It's meant to sleep, but it does so much for you. Such an awesome thing. All right. So let's move on to the other. You're using your superpower, by the way. I must tell you that. Okay. So tell me, what is the awesome, or what is the awesomeness behind your footwear? You wear chappals or slippers or shoes. What is awesome about that? What is that footwear? Or we never thought about this, about our bed. Yes. Krishta, your bed. We never talk to our bed. And that bed is the same place where we go and rest, where we feel comfortable. That bed accepts us for who we are. We jump, we walk, we throw ourselves on it, but it never says anything. That's the kind of bed it is. That's the kind of space it is. So we're talking about slippers here now. It helps us to walk, protects us against harsh surface, protects legs, absolutely. It can convert, what? Okay, it prevents my feet from getting hurt. It protects us. It's comfortable, stops us from hurting our feet, washing. I don't have to wash my feet every time. Yes, I agree with that. You don't have to wash your feet every time. Running grips my foot, protects my foot, my feet, protects. Oh my gosh. What's the awesome about that footwear? Hardness, yes, it protects my foot from hardness, from getting hurt. Stones, helps me from infections, protects me from infections. Cooler, running, helps you to walk. I mean, can you imagine? Okay, one more. Helps me to walk and protects my feet, to maintain my soft baby feet. Jumping a bit comfortably help us. Okay, for all the adults, you should also, this is something for you and for the older ones. If you realize your footwear, especially Hawaii chappal, the more you wear it, you'll realize that it takes the shape of your foot. Just notice that. And even for the younger ones, you can help them to understand that footwear is so valuable, is so special to us because it does so much. It also does so much that it converts its shape to your feet so that you are protected. Ma'am, I'm a kid, I'm only answering. It's okay. I play games, it protects my feet, running. Oh my gosh. Fantastic. Fantastic. One more we're going to do before we understand what is the superpower that we're using. Yeah. Tell me something that you find awesome about. Let's use a part of a body. Let's see if you have to talk about what is the awesome about your jaw. If you look at your jaw, this is your jaw. Okay. What is the awesome about your jaw? What's so good about it? Maybe the parents can help the kids answer that. What does your jaw does for you? They'll say something like, it helps me to eat, helps me to talk. Yes. Chew my food, chewing, eating, helps me to eat junk food. Chew food. We can go out with my slippers. Okay, yes, it helps me to eat. It helps me to talk. It helps me to chew. Helps me to eating. Helps me to eat. Helps me to enjoy. Helps me to smile. Interesting, yes. Smile, yes. Chatter, Sunena. Thumbs up for that. Helps me to drink. Absolutely. Helps me to talk. Makes me beautiful. Yes, it does. Imagine if we didn't have jaw. Oh my gosh. We wouldn't be doing so many things. It gives a shape to my face. Yes, Chetna, it does. Chew your food. Helps me express my views by talking or singing. Fantastic. It makes me smile. You guys are just so smart and intelligent. Wow. Wow. Wonderful. Makes me smile. Yes. Imagine if we didn't have that. It keeps my teeth still enough to eat. It holds. My mother kisses me. Oh, yeah. To make silly faces. Fantastic. That's a lovely one. That's lovely. It helps me to make silly faces. Dave says, when I get hurt, I get a lesson. I didn't understand that, Dave. Makes me smile, funny faces, makes my face look nice. All right. Awesome. Express emotions. Yes. This is for the parents. I think it's good for you to understand because you are working with kids. and even for yourself as well, jaw is actually a place which holds a lot of anger. If you're angry, the first thing that you do is you clench your teeth, if you notice. So the jaw is also a place, a part of our body, because we're doing mindfulness. So this is for the parents, is where a lot of anger kind of accumulates and it actually shows up there. So it's good to kind of bring that. I'm very mindfully, very knowingly bringing that part out. This is for the parents. When I get angry, it helps to grind my teeth. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Yes. It helps my smile be beautiful. Wow, helps me fidget my broken tooth. Fantastic. We eat with our mouth. Yes. Imagine if we didn't have that jaw, we didn't have mouth, we would have probably lost. All right. So let's come back to what is the superpower in this? We spoke about our beds. We spoke about slipper, which is such an ordinary thing that probably we don't even look at it. And we also try to think about and reflect on the awesomeness of this very organ. I mean, very part of our body, not the organ, but very part of the body. So what is that superpower that we're using? What is it that you actually just used a superpower? What do you think it is? Parents, you can ask your kids if they're young enough to write. Intelligence. Yes, it is a part of intelligence. What is the superpower that we're using? When we thought about, Hriday, yes, I will repeat. When we're thinking about all the awesome thing that the bed does to you, the slipper does to you, also thinking about the jaw, we're actually practicing, honing, sharpening one superpower. What is that superpower? Listening, okay, intelligent. It does not see our personality, okay? One superpower, mind, yes, Tokir, it is a quality of the mind. What is that quality of the mind? Memory. It's me. Realizing the super things that these regular objects do to us. Trishta, may I request you to unmute yourself, please? And Adidev, yes, appreciation. Can Trishta unmute herself, please? If that's possible at all. Appreciation. Okay, I'm just assuming that she cannot. I'm unable to unmute. Doesn't matter. Okay, no problem, Trishta. No problem at all. Just write it down. Please write it down. See the real beauty behind everything. Wow, fantastic, Arjun. I love that. Quality of people, persons. Make it powerful to reply any answer. Okay. Holding the emotions, expressions of face in tough time. Fantastic. Thinking. Yes, it is a part of thinking. Everything has a superpower. Absolutely. Absolutely. So it is a quality of the mind. So let me just try and see if I can word it out. So even a nursery will understand, because I think 4th and 5th graders will be able to understand. Yash says, Trishta, you can unmute yourself now, if that's possible. Finding the positive. Yes.
Hello.
Hi, Trishta. Good to have you here. Hi, I love your answers. I was just trying to see if we can explore together what that meant.
Thank you, but this is Trishita's mother. I mean, I was writing.
Yeah. You were writing. Okay, but was Trishta telling you this and you wrote, or you wrote it by yourself?
No, this answer I gave it. She was actually probably not able to understand, actually.
Oh, how old is she? She's 6 years old. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Trishta, why don't you tell me, being the mom, what made you write that?
Actually, she didn't write it. I was writing it.
Why? Yes, I'm asking you, why did you write that? What made you write that?
Because we have never thought, about these are the very regular things that we are using them for years now, and we have never thought this way about them, that a bed can be so helpful to us. Like, we have never thought about this like before.
Yeah, it can be very unconditional, no?
Yeah.
It doesn't throw you out of the bed when you're upset. Like,
Yeah,
you're upset, you can't sit on me. Like, you cannot get on me. It doesn't say all that. In fact, it
actually,
says just the opposite. You're
yeah.
angry, come and sit on me. Come and sit on me, sit with me. Okay, thank you so much, Pushpa. So maybe you can just mute yourself now.
Thank you so much for actually making us realize these small things.
I'm glad that I'm doing. If you can just mute yourself, please.
Sure.
All
Thank
right.
you.
You're welcome. Now, let me try and see if I can explain it to why mindfulness and what that is. Now, there's a lot of definition. This is for parents. There's a lot of definition behind mindfulness because there's so much on the net that's already available, but very difficult to actually understand what it means to you. Now, I have had so many years, it's taken me years together, where I have, over a period of my practice of realizing and connecting to my emotions, I've really realized and constructed that meaning of what mindfulness actually means. Yeah. So now, if I have to tell this to everybody, the reason why we need to do that is because what you did right now, that is looking at the good in your life, whether you call it appreciation or you call it, I don't know how to unmute. Eric, would you unmute yourself? Thank you. So whether you call it appreciation, you call it gratitude, you call it thankfulness. And the reason why this becomes a very important superpower is because we have a mind. Now, what's wrong with having a mind? Because mind is very intelligent. It has power. Yes, it has power. It's extremely intelligent. It makes you think. It makes you reflect. It helps us to make decisions. But it also does something which we don't know. The mind is actually an organ, or I would say like a space in our body, which is actually meant to look at all the negative in our life. It's actually meant to keep us safe from being hurt, harm, and that's all its job is. The job of the mind is to make you to think so that you are safe. Now, for the younger ones, I'm not sure how you can bring this out for nursery, but you can just tell them that the mind is like a friend which we carry in our bodies, and that friend is always trying to keep us safe. It is not trying to keep us, it's very difficult for it to keep us happy. Its job is not to keep us happy, its job is to keep us safe, protected, unharmed. But the problem is that we don't train our minds to look at the good. So that means when bad happens, when wrong happens, when challenges happen, we kind of get into feeling angry, sad, or probably nervous and worried, because that comes easily to us because that's how the mind is made. But we have to somewhere train our mind, just like the way Superman, before he starts using his superpower, he spends a lot of time to train it, to use it. Yes, to make us safe. Spider-Man, if you look at Spider-Man, he also does not know how to use his webs for the first. He tries, and he, somewhere then he figures out that, yes, this is my superpower and this is what I have. It needs to be trained. And to be trained, you need to practice it. So that's what we're doing right now. We're using the power of, you call it positivity, goodness, gratitude, looking at good in our life and positive things in our life. And that doesn't come easy. It needs to be practiced. And that is a superpower. It is a superpower because that's going to help you when you are sad. Your mind will, when it's going towards being sad, it reminds you that, hey, you know what? There are things that are sad, but there are also things that are happy. There are also things that is going to be making us smile. Yeah, we have friends, we have ice cream, we have weather, we have our bed. If after all that, when we're crying on the bed, we can at least tell our bed, thank you so much. At least you are there for me. That is a superpower. Yeah. So that is something which is important for all. So would you like to everybody just write down what is that first superpower we just learned? Now, you can use terms that comes to you, what it means to you. From now, my best friend is my mind because it keeps me safe and protected. Yes. And I would assume that Kshitija, I think you have a younger one, that's your writing. Mind is, and we are responsible. So if you can tell your kids that our mind is like a best friend and we need to keep it safe, we need to protect it, we need to feed it with good thoughts, with good exercises, so that it becomes more powerful and it's positive. Practice mind, yes, superpower can help us be good with others and good thoughts. My mind is my best friend. Yes, your mind is your best friend. And training that mind is also our responsibility. We need to be responsible to train our minds. Nobody is responsible. Parents, this is for you as well. Because for you, as a parent, it is also your responsibility to train your mind, especially as a parent, as somebody who is responsible for somebody else's mind. It is very responsible. It's very important that you take charge of your own minds and start with certain mindfulness based practices, because you are responsible for somebody else's mind as well. Yeah, fantastic. Positive attitude doesn't come easily. We're not born with positive attitude. We look, if you're a teenager, if you're just, it needs to be worked. It is not something that can be, okay, I've lost the chat. Is not something that comes naturally to us. It is something that needs to be worked. I'm not sure why the chat is gone. I don't see any content on it. Yash, can you please help me here?
Fatima, if you could click on the public chat on the left side, I think the chat should come back.
I'm using, yeah, I have, but I don't see any chat here. Okay, now I can see something coming. Okay. All right. Scroll up, please. Okay, I'm going to scroll up, but yeah, I don't see anything. Anyways, so I can see a few things right now. Just scroll down. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. So are we all ready to learn the next superpower? Let's try to see if we can connect with the next superpower. Something that helps us. Good. Fantastic. Thumbs up to that. Darsh says, no, I don't want to learn any superpower. That's okay, Darsh. You don't have to learn it right now. If you want to, ma'am, could you please suggest some best practices? Okay, this is one of the practice. All right, so let's now look at another superpower that we all have. And this superpower is something that we use when we get angry. Do you all get angry? Now, I want you to tell me, if you get angry, how does it feel in the body? How does anger feel in the body? Eric says, no, never. I never feel angry. Eric, I'd like to really know, why is it that you never get angry? What makes you? That's a good thing. I feel hot, vibration, stiffness, yes. Red, I will pinch my 5-year-old. Yes, yes. You feel like you want to go and hurt somebody when you're getting very angry. Sweaty, pain. Yeah, fantastic. You know, when I get angry, and like I said, like me, there are other people as well. When they get angry, it feels like fire in the body. It feels like fire in the body. Or even sometimes when we are upset about something, or when we're getting irritated, sometimes we also feel that sort of uncomfortable feeling. Yes. Jitesh says, I will cry, screech, feet. Mind and nose both play important role. Yes. Okay, Govardhan, I'd like to know what that meant. Mind and nose play important role. Body feels fiery. Yes. Yes, it feels like fire. So when you have an emotion, we all have feelings, and we have feelings that probably makes us uncomfortable. For some people, it could be anger, like I said, it could be irritation, disappointment, it could be fear of any kind. Yes, shut down. I will shout when I get angry. And when you shout, then obviously that's not a very healthy choice to make, because you get shouted for shouting. Yeah. So what can we do to handle that? What can we do so that we can blow that anger out of our body? What can we do? Yeah. So I start beating. Tia says, oh, headache. Wow, I hit. Yeah, that can be quite a troubling thing when we hit somebody. So instead of hitting, shouting, you know what? There are other things that you can do, which requires practice again. Okay. All right. So punch, cry, headache. All right. I start beating. All right. So like now, I would like everybody. I almost cry, but not much get angry. Keep silent. Okay. Yeah. Some of us are silent. Some of us are angry. Some of us are feel like pinching, hitting. But remember, we always have other choices. Now, what is it that we can do to calm ourselves down? And this also helps us to focus a little bit. Okay. Now, I'd like the parents to help with kids, please, to do this. I don't want anybody meditate. Yes, meditate. All right. So let's try. Let's try and see if we can get into practice. So you all can stop writing. Now, this is somewhere that will be a practice that can be used, and parents can actually do that to help kids as well. So can I have everybody, if you all are standing up, you can sit down. And if you're sitting, just sit with your back and your spine straight. So don't like stoop down. Just keep your body straight. I'm giving you a practice. If the parents can do it, please, with their children, it would be fantastic. Please do it with the kids as I'm telling you this. Yeah. And now what you can do is you can have both your hands, okay, both your palms. Now place them gently on your belly. The parents may have to help the younger ones, and the older ones, you can do this by yourself. And ask them or check with them where they can feel their breath in their belly or wherever they feel it in their body. Some of them can feel it in the chest. So ask them to take 3 breaths. So take 3 breaths. When you take the 3 breaths and exhale, just see where you can feel the body and ask them to place their hand there. Just slowly. If you can feel it in your belly, just ask them to gently place their hand there in your belly, just like the way I'm doing here. Yeah, if you can feel it on the top of your belly or the bottom of your belly. If you can feel more in the chest, it's fine as well. Okay, ribs area, no problem. Wherever you feel it, just place your hand there. Now, I invite, if possible only, to close your eyes. Maybe the kids can be invited. Don't force them. If they cannot close their eyes, no problem. Ask them to just look down or look at their hand. And just notice how the hand is moving. So ask them to look at their hand. So if you're, like my hand is over here. So as I move, I can feel my body moving to my breath. So ask them to focus right there. Breathe normally. Just focus on the hand as it moves to your breath. As you inhale, your body should actually expand. And as you exhale, it should actually fall down. If it's going the other way around, that means we're not breathing well. The way to breathe is that when you inhale, your body fills up with air. So it's like filling a balloon. It fills up with air, so the body expands. And when you exhale, you're throwing that air out, so it contracts. So it should be inhale, the body should go out, your hand should move outward, and when you exhale, it should be inward. Okay, so just try and see if they're breathing rightly. Take the 3 deep breath and slow breath outside. Now for the younger ones, the little ones, what you can ask them to do, parents, is to blow the breath out through the mouth. So blow it through the mouth. Inhale and blow it through a mouth as if they're blowing a candle. Breathe in and blow out through their mouth. Ask them to do 3 times. Fantastic. So Eric says he can feel it in their whole body. Now, why is this important? Like I said, some emotions like anger feels like fire in the body. And the way to blow out anger is sometimes like a birthday candle, is to blow it out like that. So when you offer that sense of venting out, your anger kind of automatically just releases. And for the parents, this is for you to understand why this is very important, is because your mind is connected to your body through nervous system and a vagus vein. And when you breathe from the belly and take your air out, it actually sends signals to the brain to calm down. So your breathing is like that, is like, you know, if you're flying a kite and if you're holding and if you want to somewhere give or turn the kite or maneuver the kite, then you need something like a string. And that string is your breath. This is also something that we don't appreciate, we don't connect, we don't understand the power of breath. The breath is so wonderful. It's one and the biggest ways for us to release emotions. And it's also the other way around. So when we're feeling bored, this is something which parents can probably talk to me after if there's any other way of talking to me, is when kids are lethargic, they're feeling negative, they're feeling a little let down, bored, low on energy. You can use another way of breathing to start that nervous system out, even demotivation. It's that powerful. It says, ma'am, your video is not visible. I'm not sure why that's happening. All right, so this is another superpower. I have never flown a kite. Okay, you can fly a kite. You've seen a kite, your breath is that. All right. So tell me, what is the second superpower we used? Put it out on your chat box, please. What is that second superpower? This is again a superpower. We never thought of it, maybe. Maybe we don't know. Yes, Shatija, you have a question? Why do we, ma'am, I have a question. Why do we feel calm when we do meditation? It depends on your meditation that you have chosen to do. If you're doing breathing sort of meditation, anything that involves breathing, that is the reason why. Because your breathing, provides that oxygen that is required. It calms your nervous system down and you already feel calm, and it's just the way it is. And your breath is absolutely wonderful. We don't understand the power of the breath. The breath is so powerful that it is actually takes out 70% of your inner toxins out, is released through our breath. It's that powerful. It helps our body. All right, helps our body. Focused purpose becomes superpower over time. Absolutely. So this is called intentional breath. If you look at mindfulness, you will look at intentional breath work. That means purposely focused. You're just bringing your attention to your breath and doing that. For the kids, you can make it very powerful whenever you are feeling very upset or angry or not able to handle that sense of overwhelming sort of emotions and feeling. Just pay attention to your breathing, focus and look at your hand and move as it moves to your body and your breath. And that helps in building focus and also helps them to calm down, which is important as well. Your nervous systems, fantastic. All right. All right. So let's look at one more. Let's look at one more as, I think, a quick superpower that we can use, and especially because we have a younger lot. Now, like Superman actually has this power of seeing things, and he sees things which are very, very small, like very minute, very ordinary, very small. He can see things, and that's his superpower. And we also have that superpower. We also can do that. Now, the parents who are young ones, even the older ones can do that. Even the older ones, in fact, the parents also can do this. This is something that I do with the parents as well. What I want you to do is, I want you to help your children to look at the palm, and they will automatically look at the bolder lines, but ask them not to look at the older lines, but ask them to pay attention to the finer lines. And in those finer lines, I want you to find three things. I want you to look at if you can spot any alphabets or patterns that looks like alphabets. That's number one. Number two is if you can find and spot any shapes, something that looks like circle, square, rectangle. Absolutely. Erica finds an A. Fantastic. Yes, I have a lot of A's. Shapes. See if you can find shapes now. See how many alphabets. And don't look at the bolder one. Look at the lighter one, the fine line ones. You'll have to notice it for some time. So don't be in a hurry to write. You can pause and just keep looking at alphabets, shapes, sizes, finer lines. Like I can see triangle, I can see an A, I can see Z, I can see K. Sand timer, square. N and M, triangle. By the way, I must tell you, this is not a competition of who finds what. The whole idea over here is to help you to use your superpower. Just notice, Rakesh actually saw a mountain. Just notice, this is something you can do with your children. And children, if you're old enough, like grade 3, 4, and 5, you can do this by yourself. Remember, these superpowers sometimes get hidden. And we all have superpowers. And we don't have one, we have multiple ones. Some superpowers comes easy to us, and some superpowers take time for us to kind of come up in situations. But what is required is practice. What is required is deliberation. That means we have to purposely do these practices so that we can somewhere sharpen that superpowers that we all have. We all have the power of looking at good things, looking at positive things, being happy, joyful. We all have the power. And sometimes when we lose it, we have to look at bringing it back. Yeah? Fantastic. We all have the power to use our breath when we are angry, disappointed, and when we are feeling a little uncomfortable, when we don't want to do anything, we can use our superpower there as well. We can also look at superpower of noticing things which are in our palms. We can do it with our books in our room, but use your hand as a way to anchor your attention. Yeah. So we have holes, curved lines, semicircle, square, triangle. I've never tried to notice it, but today I did. Yes, try and notice it. And for the parents, for the older ones, look at your attention. In fact, you'll have sharper attention and sharper focus when you do that. So that's fantastic. Fantastic. Semicircle. Awesome. Why do we have patterns? I don't know, Kashyapi. Why do we have patterns? But we know that we have patterns. And there's nothing right and wrong about it. It's just the way we've made. Awesome. Yes, I think we've finished with our time. Is that right?
Yeah, yes, I would request Mrs. Neha to address the parents.
But before that, can I just take a minute, please?
Sure, please.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, parents and kids, don't be in a hurry to write this. Don't even be in a hurry to thank you. No. I I don't want thank you. Let me tell you this. I want all of you to tell me what you have picked up from this. Cards. Eric says cards. What have you picked up from this? Feels it increases concentration power. Yes, it does. Yes, Seema. We all have superpowers. Yes. Look within. Yes, Pariket. Yes. Tia says X and Y diamond shape superpowers. Can you repeat? Yes, I can repeat. I want you to write down what is it you have learned from this. And it's not how much you have learned. I don't want you to think about, oh, I've learned all so much things. Even one thing you have learned, I want you to write that down. And what it means to you is what I want you to write that down. Observation. Yes. Why? What do slippers do to us? Yes. Please start looking at something very ordinary. Huh? Soaps, towels, bed, shoes. And I want all the kids over here, I want you to think about what your mama and papa also do to you. I know there are a lot of people who wrote mama and papa are my superpower, but think about it. Think about what they do for you and go to them and tell them what they mean to you. My mind is my best friend. Yes, your mind is your best friend. Your deep emotional quotient. Yes, we need to build our emotional quotient. That's right. How to control anger. Fantastic. Maybe that is something that you have learned. X and Y game. Learn to observe positively to every moment of our daily habit. Absolutely. Fantastic. Even those ordinary, even your breath, something which we are living with, we don't give the attention that we need. Give that attention. That is a life power. That is what keeping us, surviving us. So we need to send out gratitude to our breath as well and to our bodies. Awesome. Thank you. I really hope that you enjoyed today's class. It was a 1 hour short one. I would have definitely liked to see everybody here. And I really hope that you are going back, feeling a little differently and thinking a little differently, because that was my purpose. So thank you so much. And now probably I'll have Neha take over.
Just a minute, I will be coming on screen. It's taking a wee bit longer.
No problem. How wonderful. How wonderful.
Hello, Fatima. It was a wonderful session. Thank you so much. Things that seem really small and in fact we don't really pay so much attention to are the actual things which actually matter so much in your real life to keep you calm, keep you going, keep you positive. So I think this has been a very helpful and engaging session for everyone. I'm sure you've got amazing participation from all the parents and students of ours. And on behalf of 21K school staff, we have a lot of staff members who have joined us as well.
Oh,
so
nice.
they can see you and they can use always breathe always helps. So and keeping calm. At times when we are running with a lot of pressure, we just forget to do all those small things, to pay attention to ourselves. So thank you so much for your wonderful session. We had a super time evaluating the superpowers within us, and hope we can bring you back another time as well for another session looking at the kind of response even our students have given you. So thanks a lot for your time, and we are very grateful and happy to have you here. Thank you.
It's my pleasure, Neha. Thank you so much. And I think you should, I think so. I think a lot of parents are writing saying that they would want some resources. So maybe you should think about having a session for them as parents, because I think that's the best way to reach. So, but
I'm sure we will have a lot of parents even give us a formal feedback, and most definitely we look forward to connecting with you again in the future as well. So thank you, parents. Thank you, students. And a big thank you to Yash for bringing you on board and sharing this wonderful insight so that we could learn all about this. Thanks a lot for your time. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for writing. It was such a wonderful time. I'd love to hear your stories. Your input means a lot. Thank you. Thank
you.
Govardhan.